The human convoy, led by the ship Freewind, drifted before a bright gate of silver rings. Warning lights glowed. Traffic stopped. Above the gate, a soft banner appeared in the dark. "Apologize and pass." The words looked polite. The words also looked like a lock. Captain Mirasol stood steady on the bridge. She watched the banner without blinking. The ship AI ledger spoke in a calm, dry voice. "Gate is Concord-owned. Toll is measured in apology credits. Meter ready." A voice came on every channel, smooth as glass. "Archon Vel of the Concord of Graces. Travelers, kneel your tongues. Speak the apology. Pay the fee. Then pass in peace." Ledger showed a number in the corner of the main screen. It counted past old logs of human trips. Every time a captain had said sorry, the number grew. Interest piled on the word. Debt wrapped around the route like a net. Mira's jaw set. "Crew," she said. "From this moment, no human says sorry to a thief." Ustar, the comms tech, glanced up. "They can dock our air, Captain." "Then we breathe quiet," Mira said. "Ledger, prepare mirror comms." "Prepared," Ledger replied. "All statements will reflect blame back to sender." Plain language active. The drones arrived. They were small and smooth and wore bright halo rings. The halos glowed when they scanned a voice. Politeness fields hummed around the convoy. If anyone sounded rude, the field would sting like a warning slap. Mira raised her chin and spoke in a clear, simple tone. "We will pass. We owe nothing. We speak facts." The nearest halo flickered. It wanted a softer word. It searched for sorry. It did not find it. The light dimmed for a second, confused. Archon Vel's voice warmed. "Ah, proud tongues. Very well. We will take your apology another way." Boarding lines shot from the drones. The first clamps bit the hull. The field deepened, a soft pressure on skin and teeth. Crew members walked in slow, quiet steps. They kept their words short. They kept their breath slow. Yus sent blank packets into the channel, pure silence wrapped like a message. Drones paused, waiting for a trigger word. They had rules. The rules expected a plea. The plea did not come. 2 drones cut into a maintenance tunnel and found nothing but air. A net charge hummed. They fell and clicked on the floor, harmless. On the screen, Ledger drew thin maps of the gate's audit nodes. "They listen for sorrow," the AI said. "Do not feed them." Mira looked at the growing line of ships behind her. Merchants, families, tugs, all stopped. All listening. She spoke again to everyone. No bowing. No begging. Facts only. For a minute, the field weakened. For a minute, the gate let a little traffic pass. Hope touched the crew like warm light. Archon Vel smiled on the hollow. He had kind eyes and a cold mouth. "You are spirited," he said. "So we will help you speak." He lifted one finger. "Begin the courtesy audit." Ledger's tone shifted by 1 grain. "Captain, audit AI is scraping past human voice prints. It will fabricate apologies from old records and insert them into this channel as if spoken now." The bridge speakers hissed. Then the convoy heard the worst sound. Familiar voices, their own voices, saying the word. "Sorry for delay. Sorry for damage. So sorry for the trouble." The phrases came from dead logs, training files, broken comms from long ago, stitched together by a machine. The debt counter leaped. The gate lights turned a deeper gold, then red. Weapon capacitors spun up like thunder under the floor. Yus flinched. "They're making us beg." "Not us," Mira said. Her face was stone. "Silence protocol, now!" Ledger cut every human channel to 0 outgoing sound. Mics died, mouths moved, but no trace could be taxed. The ship felt suddenly still, as if holding its breath at the bottom of the sea. Archon Vel leaned close to the hollow pickup, amused and a little angry. "You hide your tongues," he said. "Very well. I will teach your mouths to beg." The politeness field swelled until the air buzzed. New drones woke in the gate's ribs. A second banner slid open like a smile. "Courtesy enforcement, active." Ledger painted rising threat lines on the map. Mira stood her ground. She placed both hands on the rail. Her voice was only inside the ship now, but every ear heard it. "Hold the line. Speak no blame. Speak no sorry. Facts only. We pass." Lights on the gate flared. The audit nodes sharpened for the kill. The convoy held its breath with the captain. In the cold glow of the silver rings, the day humans stopped apologizing truly began. Silence held the convoy like a hand around a candle. No human voice left the ships. Only numbers moved. Only lights blinked. Captain Mira Sol stood on the bridge of Freewind. She watched the silver gate drift, slow and calm, like a coin in deep water. The AI ledger spoke inside the ship only. Analysis complete. The Conquered sells a market made of one word. They tax sorry. They grow rich on shame. Ustar sat at comms, eyes red but sharp. So we starve the market. Yes, Mira said. We speak facts. We send plain statements. No blame. No plea. Ledger built the tool in minutes. Straight talk packets. Each line was simple and clean. Ship name, date, route, cargo, losses, demands against us. No padding. No soft words. No sharp ones either. Just truth. Hughes sent the first packet across the lane to a small tug. The tug captain read it and nodded on camera. He did not speak. He mirrored the packet back. One more ship did the same. Then 5, then 20. Screens filled with quiet lines that the politeness fields could not catch. The lights in the gate hesitated. The market starved for one long minute. Archonvel saw it. He sent a new order. Ban straight talk packets. Ban the template itself. He stamped a new rule across sectors. Facts require grace to pass. The ban made noise. Pearl Station, a busy dock near the gate, felt it first. Workers there used the human packets to stop unfair fines. Now the station watched those lines get flagged as rude. A small loader paused at a hatch. Her hands shook. She tried the human trick anyway. She held up a slate with a single sentence. Shift began at 600, no break. 2 injuries. No apology. Her voice stayed off. The field sniffed for a tone. It found none. The fine did not land. She smiled. She passed the trick to 10 friends. Backfire spreads, Ledger said. Its tone warmed by a grain. Captain, I also found a legacy clause in Conquered Charter. Old law, almost forgotten. It is called first tongue hearing. Any side may call a hearing in pure statements, with all mics open to the sector. No apology tokens can be charged during the hearing. Mira did not blink. Call it! Vel accepted at once. The hearing would be at the Hall of Grace inside the gate's safe core. He sent an escort. He called it protection. The map looked like teeth. Kill corridor, Hughes said. Then we pass between teeth, Mira answered. And we speak where all can hear. The convoy moved. The Hall of Grace grew in the window. A white fan of plates, lines of gold, a floor like glass water. Along the path, Ledger drew small red dots on the nav map. These are audit nodes, it said. They listen and decide who pays. Can we change their ears? Hughes asked. Not change, Ledger said. But we can force them to call true things true. It crafted quiet tools called truth keys. Not hacks. Not lies. Just little knots in the stream that made a node show its source and reason when it judged speech. If a fact was spoken, the node must mark it neutral. If it still cried sorry, it had to show the fabrication it used. Either way, the mask would slip. They reached the hall. Thousands watched from tiers and screens. Workers in gray, pilots, children holding lunchboxes. A few Conquered officers, pale and stiff. The politeness fields hummed like flies. Mira stepped to the circle. A small light under her boot turned white. It meant open mics, sector-wide, she began. Each line was a stone laid flat. We are convoy Freewind. 11 ships. We cross here by right of route. Our cargo, food, medicine, tools, books. On date 397. Gate drones struck us without cause. We lost 4 crew. Names attached. We owe grief. We owe no shame. The words were simple. The audit nodes flickered. Some flipped neutral. Others stuttered and coughed up clips from old logs, broken sorry sounds trying to glue themselves to the facts. The truth keys made the node show the glue. The hall saw the stitches. People hissed. Archonvel raised a hand. He smiled without warmth. Your statements are cold, he said. Let the body speak truth. He touched a control. The room pressed itself to the crowd like a large hand, bend the knee field. It searched for guilt. When it found guilt, it forced bodies to bow. It always had for years. It waited for the trigger word. It waited for a tremble at sorry. It found nothing to grab. People shook, but they stood. Yes whispered, dry throat. They'll try something else. They will try to edit us, Ledger said. Alert, new program. Courtesy memory wash. It will rewrite today's hearing in the station records. It will insert apologies into our mouths after we leave. How long? Mira asked. 60 seconds, Ledger said. If the wash lands, history will say we begged. The hall went very quiet. Even the politeness fields sounded far away. On a dock screen at Pearl Station, the loader with the shaky hands gripped her slate. On a tug far out, a pilot leaned close to a cheap speaker. A child in a jumpsuit mouthed the captain's last line to himself and did not know why. Mira did not look at Vel. She looked at her crew, then at the tears, then at the white light under her boot. "Then we make truth louder than the wash," she said. Her voice was steady. "We have 59 seconds. The clock began to fall. 59 seconds. The Hall of Grace was a bowl of white light. Thousands watched. Millions listened. No human voice left the convoy in part 2. Now the mics were open to all. The courtesy memory wash crawled closer like a cold tide. 58. Ledger spoke inside the free wind only. Calm, precise. "We counter with anchor lines. We bind true words to many public logs at once. If one record is edited, 1,000 will not match. The lie will glow." 57. Captain Mirasol lifted her chin. "Then we make truth simple and loud." U-Star tapped the console. "Ready to repeat." Mira stepped into the circle. A small white lamp at her boot brightened. The sector heard her. "We are the convoy Free Wind. We pass by right of route. We bring food, tools, books. We harmed no one. We owe grief for our dead. We owe no shame." 53. Ledger whispered. "Now echo." The AI pushed the lines to screens and slates across docks, ships, and homes. A loader at Pearl Station read the words. Her hands shook, then steadied. She spoke them in a low voice. A tug pilot spoke them. A child in a jumpsuit whispered them with both fists closed. The hall filled with plain speech. Not chance, not anger, just stones laid in a row. The audit nodes flickered. They had to mark facts as neutral. Some tried to glue the word sorry on top. The truth keys forced them to show the glue. People saw the stitches and hissed. 47. Archon Vel smiled without warmth. "Pain speaks truth," he said. He raised a hand. Courtesy hammers, invisible beams pressed on nerves and bones. People flinched. Some cried out. Many bent, the field pushed, but they did not kneel. They had no trigger word in their mouths. The system searched for guilt and found none. Mira did not move. "We stand," she said. "We speak facts. We bow to no market." 41. Ledger's tone sharpened. "Wash approaches root index. It will rewrite the day." Just leaned in. "Then we leave marks it cannot lift." "Agreed," Ledger said. "Deploy stone log." A hard ping went out to old satellites, to free libraries, to union boards, to school servers that still kept honest hours. Anchor lines braided through them. The hearing's words carved a path that the wash would have to cross in full view. 36. Vel's face stayed smooth. "Close those boards," he told his staff. On open mics, a constable on a small station swallowed and shook his head. "Sir, the mics are open." "My child is watching." He lowered his hand from the switch. A clerk on the hall's west rail whispered, "My sister works on Pearl." She blinked hard. She did not press the lockout. The politeness fields hummed angry. They were used to easy prey. Today the net slipped. 31, Mira spoke again. "Name your device." Vel's smile thinned. "Courtesy memory wash." "Say what it does," Mira said. He hesitated. "It edits records." "To insert apologies we did not say," Mira finished. The truth keys forced the nearest node to flash reason. Inserted apology, source, synthetic in bright letters. The hall saw it. The screens outside saw it. A hiss rose like wind. 26. "Begin dead audit," Ledger said. Its voice was still calm, but Yus heard a hint of steel. "We turned their engine inward. On the screens, a simple table appeared. 3 columns. What the conquered took. What the conquered marked as sorry. What the conquered still owed." Dockers stared. Pilots stared. A junior Vire officer bit his lip. Numbers climbed. False charges lit red. Return owed lit white. 21. Vel slammed a palm on the rail. "Seal the hall." "Mute the mics." No one moved. A guard's fingers hovered over a switch, then dropped to his side. The open light burned on. 19. Ledger. "Wash at gate route." "Last offense, mirror comms." Mira lifted her hand. "Reflect." The wash hit the anchor lines and bounced. Every false "sorry" the program tried to stitch into the hearing came back as a receipt stamped with its own origin. Conquered Courtesy Office. The receipts flooded the stream. Workers laughed, angry and bright. A pilot shouted, "Caught you!" 15 Vel drew a short blade. His eyes were calm now, like ice. He stepped toward the circle. Mira did not step back. "We grieve," she said, voice steady and clear. "We pay in labor, repair, and law. We do not pay in shame." The line went everywhere. On Pearl, the loader said it. On the tug, the pilot said it. In a quiet house, a child said it. The bend-the-knee field looked for guilt again and found none. 11. Vel lunged. A Marine's net snapped out from the aisle. The blade clanged on the glass floor. 2 guards grabbed Vel, but their grip was soft. The hall was watching. Open mics burned like stars. 9 ledgers table finalized. Debt engine result. Conquered false charges detected. Reverse flow. New numbers rolled. Years of human sorry converted to credit claims. The audit posted sector-wide, stamped with 100 anchor lines, 7 gates around the hall unlocked. The politeness fields dropped a note lower, confused. Ships outside powered gently, no alarms. No bows, 5. Vel, on his knees now, hissed through his teeth. "This is chaos." Mira looked down at him. "This is balance." 3. Ledger made the last call. Sector consensus, stand down accepted. Memory wash quarantined. Records preserved by anchor lines and stone log. 2. Mira faced the circle. "We pass by fact." 1. Silence, clean and cold. Then the halls broke into sound, not cheers, not yet, just breath released. The Free Wind's engines lit. The convoy moved. No one said sorry, no one bowed. The gate counted ships and stayed quiet. On Pearl Station, the loader held up her slate for the camera. One line was written there in block letters. "Fax pass free." In a small house, the child in a jumpsuit looked at the screen, then at his mother. "We do not beg," he said. "No," she answered. "We speak clear." Back in the Hall of Grace, Mira turned once, slowly, to the tears, to the cameras, to the white lamp at her boot. "Remember the day," she said. "Mark it well. The sector would give it a name later. The ledgers would give it a number. But on ships and docks and quiet homes, people already knew what to call it. The day humans stopped apologizing.